Have you ever had a teacher with literally no common sense? My chemistry teacher, Mr. Davis, banned me from using the lab because I worked too fast and it made other students feel bad. I'd been doing chemistry experiments with my mom since I was 10. She's a pharmaceutical researcher, so mixing compounds was like playing with Legos to me. While classmates struggled to light Bunsen burners, I'd already finished the entire procedure with perfect results. Mr. Davis pulled me aside after my third flawless lab report in a row. You need to slow down and let others catch up. This isn't a race and you're making everyone uncomfortable. But slowing down meant sitting there doing absolutely nothing for 40 minutes while everyone else figured out basic measurements. So I started quietly helping classmates who looked confused. That was apparently an even bigger mistake. Stop showing off, he snapped during a simple titration lab where I was explaining pH indicators to my lab partner. You're making everyone else look incompetent, and that's not fair to them. He moved my lab station to the back corner, completely isolated from other students. When I finished experiments early, which was every single time, he made me write pointless essays about patience and teamwork in scientific environments instead of letting me do actual chemistry work. The situation got worse when other students started asking me for help outside class. Mr. Davis caught wind of this and called it undermining his authority and creating an unfair advantage for certain students. He started giving me different assignments, claiming I needed remedial work on fundamentals despite my perfect test scores, while everyone else got to do fun experiments with color changes and reactions. I got stuck measuring the same boring solutions over and over. The breaking point came during our semester final project. We had to create a chemical reaction demonstration to present to the entire class. I designed something spectacular that created colorful smoke patterns using completely safe household ingredients. My mom helped me research. I spent weeks perfecting the ratios, testing different combinations, and writing detailed procedure notes. The chemistry was actually pretty advanced, involving controlled oxidation reactions and pH-sensitive dyes. The day of presentations finally arrived. Most students did basic volcano eruptions or simple acid-base reactions. When my turn came, I set up my apparatus carefully and began the demonstration. Purple and green smoke swirled in beautiful spirals, creating patterns that shifted from deep violet to bright emerald. The smoke formed perfect rings that floated across the classroom. My classmates cheered, took videos, and actually seemed excited about chemistry for the first time all semester. The reaction worked exactly as planned, demonstrating 3 different chemical principles we'd studied. I explained each step clearly, showing how temperature, concentration, and timing affected the final result. Mr. Davis watched the whole thing with his arms crossed, getting visibly more annoyed as my classmates asked genuine questions about the science behind what they were seeing. When I finished, the class erupted in applause. Several students said it was the coolest thing they'd seen all year, and asked if I could teach them how to do it. Mr. Davis was absolutely furious. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're showing off again, making everyone else's projects look amateur, and turning my classroom into a circus. 2 days later, grades were posted. He gave me a C- on the project that had taken weeks of research and preparation. Meanwhile, Sarah got an A+ for mixing baking soda and vinegar in a plastic bottle. I was completely devastated. All that work, all that genuine scientific effort dismissed because it made other people feel bad about their basic experiments. My mom requested an emergency meeting with the principal the very next day. She brought copies of my lab reports, my project notes, and even video footage of the demonstration. During the meeting, Mr. Davis tried to justify his grading system. She needs to learn that real chemistry is about following standard procedures and working collaboratively, not creating flashy demonstrations that make other students feel inadequate. My mom listened patiently, then calmly asked, "Can you recreate her experiment and explain the underlying chemistry?" His face went bright red. "That's not the point of this discussion." "Actually, it absolutely is," the principal interrupted, looking through my detailed project documentation. "If you can't understand the science she demonstrated, how can you fairly evaluate it?" He couldn't explain it because he didn't understand the advanced concepts I'd used. The principal overturned his grade immediately. I transferred to AP Chemistry the next semester and got a 5 on the national exam.